dustbin. Darrin, it's been far too long since our last meeting.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Darrin, Daddy's going to join us for breakfast.
Terrific.
Samantha's looking absolutely fabulous, my boy. No doubt due to your tender, loving care. You know your mother's quite wrong about him. Sit down, sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Why so formal? Call me Maurice.
Okay, Maurice.
Or Dad?
Okay, Dad.
You were right. Sir is best.
What's for breakfast?
I think we're having fatted calf.
I have a little surprise for you, Darryl.
Darrin.
In honor of the arrival of my first grandson.
That really wasn't necessary, Maurice.
Sir,
Sir?
that watch is waterproof, anti-magnetic, and has built-in aircraft radar.
Well, it's really very handsome.
It's shock-proof, too.
I don't know what to say.
But best of all, you can perform witchcraft with it.
Now I know what to say. No, thank you.
Now look, Darwood.
Darrin.
What's wrong with using the watch just to tell the time?
You didn't mention it could do that.
Oh, Dustin, my boy.
It's Darrin, my boy.
Thank you.
Daddy, if he doesn't want it, why force him?
Why does he have to be such a dog in the manger?
He's no such thing. He's a man of principle.
You mean he was a man of principle?
Daddy, that is unfair, unreasonable, and downright despicable.
Yes, isn't it?
I order you to change.
You what?
I mean, I beg you to change him back. Oh, look, isn't that sweet? The doggy's begging, too. Yeah, I'm sorry, sweetheart. You looked so cute, I got carried away.
Before Samantha comes back down, just between us fellas, why don't you save yourself a lot of trouble and take the watch?
His Highness is tucked in and all's well with the world, except right here. Daddy, how could you do such a thing to Darrin? 1 minute you tell me how well I look thanks to his tender, loving care, and then you do something like this. I know, sweetheart.
Oh, I admit I lost my temper a bit, but I was entirely justified.
Of course you were, Daddy. But remember, the quality of mercy is not strain.
It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes. 'Tis mightiest in the mightiest.
And you are mighty enough to show some of that mercy to Darrin.
Samantha, you should have been a lawyer.
Everything's fine now, sweetheart.
Sure. Thank you. From the bottom of my jowls.
Now, sweetheart, let's be reasonable. Let's keep an open mind.
It's open. It's also made up.
Look, young man. My daughter's been decent enough to live your mortal life for 5 long years, is she not?
Well, yes.
Well, the least you can do is to experience the other side of the coin for a few short days.
Oh, now that sounds like a fair compromise.
A few short days?
1 short day, if you like.
It's a deal, sir.
Call me Maurice.
Now that he's gone, there are a couple of other things I'd like to call him.
I wouldn't if I were you. Daddy may be out of sight, but he's seldom out of earshot.
Hello. Oh, hi, Larry. Well, I was held up by some unexpected visitors. Yeah, I'm just leaving. Right. Goodbye. I've got to run, honey.
We haven't had your breakfast. Oh, huh. Yes, you have.
I'm telling you, it's not possible that Stephens could be responsible. I've known him for years. We've been friends, the best of friends. Besides, he stands to receive a substantial bonus if we grab this account.
Well, maybe they offered him a bigger one.
I wish you hadn't said that.
Mr. Stephens isn't home, but I spoke to someone, the maid, I think, and she said he's on his way to the airport.
The airport?
Samantha, may I ask you something?
Sure.
How come you can't drive with that hand, but you can knit with it?
Darrin, you're nitpicking.
What are you knitting, anyway?
A ski hat.
It looks like one I've got.
Yeah, well, I know it looks like it, but it's a different shape.
What?
Here, let me try it on for size.
Sam, what are you doing?
Just sit still.
But I can't see a thing.
Yeah, no, let's just hope it works.
I heard that bell again. And music.
Music?
Yes. Where did it come from?
I have an idea.
What?
How about a sweater to go with your hat?
I checked with the passenger agent. She wasn't on that plane.
Oh, well, I guess it's just another one of Serena's practical jokes.
Oh, yeah? Well, she owes us for 2 round-trip helicopter fares.
Darrin, don't be petty. Let's go home. Oh, look, there's your friend, the buffalo.
Who? Ralph?
Darrin. Mrs. Stephens? I'm taking a quick trip to visit my sister in Chicago. Say, next week, why don't you come to a meeting of the Buffaloes?
Well,
Did I mention that we have a ladies' auxiliary?
Oh, that sounds fascinating.
Well, when I get back, we'll sit down and I'll give you all the details.
Jet passenger service to Chicago.
Oh, that's me.
Now boarding at gate.
Gotta rush. Bye now.
have a good trip.
Thank you.
Funny. You didn't mention anything this morning about going to Chicago. Well, let's go.
Larry!
Sam?
What are you doing here?
Darrin, I have some bad news. All of our proposals for the Illinois Meat Packers account have been stolen.
I don't
Oh,
believe
that's
it.
terrible.
So naturally, we're going through the formalities of, Oh, by the way, this gentleman is a security guard. Unfortunately, I hired him after the barn was stolen. The horse, rather. Locked.
Larry, are you implying that Darrin had anything to do with it?
Who? Darrin? Oh, no. No, it's just as I say, a formality. And the fact that Darrin had the only other key to the cabinet is certainly no reason to...
Do you mind?
Is that a formality, too?
Of course, Sam. We both know that Darrin would never... You're under arrest.
Larry, I swear.
How did those get in your case?
I don't know. Wait a minute. That's not even my case.
It isn't, huh?
That's Ralph Jackman's case. We just ran into him.
He said he was on his way to Chicago.
No wonder he didn't mention it at the office. Come to think of it, he borrowed my keys this morning.
My advice is to say nothing more till you see a lawyer.
Ralph Jackman, is that the name you mentioned?
Yes.
His name's all over this stuff.
Beautiful.
Larry, does that mean that Darrin is paroled in my custody?
And next time, before you put an innocent man under arrest, I'd think twice about it. Put it back there.
Thanks.
And I'm adding an extra 10% to your bonus if we land the Illinois Meat Packers account.
Oh, that's wonderful, sweetheart. And I hope you get the account. And I hope the Meat Packers win every game they play this season.